But now, Germany doesn't have anything resembling a strong military. Instead, the country's armed forces aren't even able to fight wars. Since 1990, German active military personnel has been cut by 60%. The number of fighter aircraft is down 47%, and the number of battle tanks decreased with 93%. If a war breaks out, Germany also has a huge lack of ammunition to maintain firepower. The supplies won't last for just a few weeks or days, but just hours. This is a shame for the fourth biggest economy of the world. You would say that the country has more than enough resources to build a strong military. For decades, however, the country had an excuse to neglect its military. Europe was very peaceful, and the US was always there when things went downhill. Basically, Berlin saw a strong military as a big waste of money. That's why the country has been spending less than 2% of GDP on defense over the last decades. This is below the NATO target, but there was no incentive to change this, at least until the 27th of February in 2022. Just 3 days after the war in Ukraine started, Chancellor Olaf Scholz announced that Germany would change course. He promised an emergency fund of 100 billion euros to rapidly increase Germany's defense spending in the wake of the Russian invasion. His speech was called a turnaround, in which Germany would build up its military to one capable of fighting wars. The country would take on its role as the defender of European security in the face of the Russian invasion. Other NATO countries celebrated this, because it would make the alliance a whole lot stronger. But the problem was, it never happened. Several months later, the chancellor backtracked on his promise. He said that the 2% military spending goal would only be achieved in 2025. And 1 year later, much of the emergency fund wasn't even touched on. Germany's defense budget actually slightly decreased in 2023,